it out, and it shows the process. My concern is the process itself in terms of the complexity. Somebody who lets his place go, trash his place, her place, whatever, and for whatever reasons, probably isn't paying a whole lot of attention to some issues, sanitation, health, appearance, aesthetics, whatever. But the fact here is that that same person probably will not be terribly good at reading regulations or understanding that your slide number 15 in a 30-slide presentation, and by the time you get slide number 15, you are deep in some of your own waste in that particular situation. That's something that I think we somehow or other may need to revisit that in terms of simplifying that process. In other words, the 90 days, and it's cumulative, and then you get a shot at it. You have a chance to clean up your act and then go to the next stage and so forth. I'm concerned in part about the concerns that seniors will have with regard to this, with their other issues. I'm concerned with people who are deep in poverty, for whom this is not yet another concern. But I'm most concerned about the fact that this is complaint-driven. And I think that's where we have to the supervisors have to make a decision on this. Because as I drive out 101 up to Willits, okay, as a citizen, am I going to hop out of my car, stop at a milepost marker, call in a complaint, then go a half mile a little further up the road, stop, hop out of my car, get the address, call in a complaint, do it 3 or 4 times, because I could do that. If I were a citizen, as a supervisor, it probably wouldn't be the best thing for me to spend my time doing. You will respond to those complaints, and you will see what I see as I go up there for an MSWA meeting tomorrow. So I'm concerned here is why do my complaints or lack of complaints guide a policy in this county? Because I don't think too many people are going to, boy, that's a dump there, and keep on going. That's a dump there, and keep on going. But on the other hand, if I have a neighbor who doesn't like me because all my friends are hippies, or all my friends are too straight, or because they're noisy, whatever, or because they thought they got a good deal, bad deal, and so forth. So I call in a complaint. And this is actually what I think I may be running into on the South Coast with regard to some complaints. Not that they're not entirely legitimate, and I think we have one case down there that is so egregious that the fact we let it go so long is partly the county's fault. You know, if we're going to fix these things up, we should at least have some sort of presentation of our responsibility. And I'm not talking about you or me, but the county as county that has the power to essentially take over your property if you do not comply with certain ordinances. But it seems to me the fact is the tradition here in Mendocino County over the last 30 years was essentially live and let live, and besides we don't have the money to pay for the kind of thing, and we don't have the ordinances to pay. Well, that's a failure of government first. So when we got a guy with a boatyard down there, he's been doing this, sorry, I shouldn't have mentioned him, I guess, but it's well known to everybody. But he's been doing this for years and years and years, and he's gotten old. Living on Social Security or whatever else, it's a way of life. The county should have been in there early on, and dealing with that probably 30 years ago, but we didn't. Nobody complained, and then it became so obvious. A lot of people complained. Still nothing was done until we got an ordinance, and then we had the tool and so on. And I don't want to get into some discussion about what the solutions might be at this point, but I think a lot of those people are coming in from the 5th District. And I don't want to be sitting here saying, well, you owe $30,000, or you owe, I don't know what the numbers are, I can't even guess in some cases, and we're taking your property away from you. That's confiscation of private property because you have junk on your property, okay? Your junk is my abstract sculpture, okay? those photos you took of the boatyard could be framed upside down for the color and forms and textures that are represented in it. I'm quite serious about that. I've shown some art students that have come by my place in the last couple of years. What do you think that is? Well, that's kind of interesting. So turn it right side up. There's somebody in Santa Fe who takes pictures of rusted car doors, truck doors, and charges $300 for a 9x12 print of rusted car doors because they look like Rothkos or whatever. They look like abstract paintings, and they look like good art until you realize there's a door handle in the middle of that photo. I think the county has got to do a clean. Here's where I'm going with this, and I've stopped this conversation, at least from my side. I think the county has to do a clean slate action to at least, and again, not just for a very limited period of time, clean slate, give people a chance, whoever they might be. If you got crap in your yard, if you're in violation of this or that, you have a year. Everybody has a year in which to either clean it up, put it in a pile, find some way to deal